You're laughing before we even get started. Greetings! It's Wednesday. That means it's time for this week at Gear Report, the show where we recap everything that's been published in the last week since our last show and talk about what things are coming. So far, we got a few people here, and I'm actually wondering, does anyone have of the people here? TJ, say hi, TJ.
What's up?
Really? You're really going for broke here.
Straight right. To the point, Jeff. Straight to the point, baby.
All right. So what is this screechiness? I don't know. That must be TJ. Yeah, he muted and it went away. Look at that. Down south, you want to introduce yourselves?
Are we on?
You're on.
This is it. All right, we are live. So I'm Jeremy Pitts and
Kim Watson Pitts.
And do you want us to introduce ourselves with our company name?
Yeah, tell people why you're here.
We are Down South Off-Road and Outdoor. We're basically just some country rednecks that like to play in the woods and
drive cool Jeeps
and walk around in the woods naked. So we decided that we're going to start doing some reviews. If we're going to buy stuff, we might as well tell other people what we think about them. We're a little different. We try to have fun in everything we do. So if you're expecting charts and specs, we're probably not the guys for you. But if you want to watch somebody who typically has a hard time putting batteries in something, I'm your guy. And she's probably going to make fun for it.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
You got it.
Kim's going to cover all that stuff, right? You're here to hold the camera and do whatever she tells you to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm the holder of things.
There you go. Yeah.
So,
hey, you have a recipe for success right there, I think.
I do. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Can I have that shiny new thing, ma'am? And so far, so good. It's been a good ride. I'm excited about it.
All right, well, since we have you guys front and center, why don't we, let's see, I'm going to share the screen over to your review. Do you see that? Did it pop up? There it is. Yeah, sorry, let me get back to that one. And while I kind of scroll through here, why don't you tease people a little bit about what this review is about and, a touch of what you thought about the item. And we don't want to give them too much. We still want them to go read the review,
Gotcha.
Watch your video.
So one of the things you're going to see coming from us is next year we're going to start doing a lot more overlanding. We're breaking into that now with primitive camping, where we just go on small, short camping trips with as little gear as possible, and see what we can do, and see what are the items that we can't do without, and that are going to make it onto our overlanding trips that are going to be longer haul stuff. So the first thing we realize is that cooking over the fire isn't always the best, because the weather doesn't really cooperate. So we wanted a small way to cook on the go, and the little Coleman stoves and things like that, a lot of people use those, but we kind of like the flavor, and I'll let you take over on the griddle and what you really thought about it.
So the reason I was steering away from the Coleman is because you would then have to have pots and pans and things of that nature. So we wanted something that we could just heat up fairly quickly and throw pretty much anything on top of it. So that's where the Blackstone griddle came in.
Right.
What kind of rig are we using?
We have a 2012 Jeep Wrangler. It is an Ostermike edition. At this point, we're working on the bed situation. So we got to try that out the last time when we took the Blackstone along. So that was kind of cool.
Nice. 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It looked way newer than that to me.
No, it's a 2012 and only had 64,000 miles on it when we purchased it in April. So the person that had it was a one owner, and she basically
babied it.
I mean, she modded the.
I don't know.
She modded the crap out of it.
I don't think we can cuss.
Can we cuss on here?
Nope.
We didn't get the rules, but
we do a bit of light cussing.
Okay. We didn't get the rules ahead of time, so we'll work on it. But yeah, she modded it. she modded it out quite a bit, and so yeah, spent a ton of money on it, and yeah, it's badass. So.
And so now she's addicted to rock crawling, and so instead of pretty things like new headlights and grills, she's like, I need skid plates. I need bigger skid plates.
Can I get a bigger lift?
Right.
So,
Nice.
so that's where we're at.
But you did get new headlights, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Those are going to be coming. Those are going to be coming.
For the review, absolutely.
All right. Good. All right, but back, I distracted you from the griddle. So if you want to talk just a bit about, so you bought it to use on your overlanding camping trips.
Correct.
I said you can talk about it, but I'm just going to tell people, look at the review, read over the review. It's really brief what you see in writing. The gold here is when you hit the play button on the embedded YouTube video. And would you say people will be surprised at what they see?
I think they will be alarmed at what they see compared to what they typically see from Gear Report. How about that? And coming from the feedback that we're receiving, quite humored.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it's going to be some good entertainment, some good toilet time, man.
Because I'm going to be honest, going forward in our reviews, Jeff, I don't know if you heard what our rating system is going to be. But our rating system, I don't know if I can say this. Now I'm worried.
Yeah.
Our rating system is creek tits. We're going to be judging from 1 to 5 creek tits because we love the creek. We love being naked in the creek. And, our rating system, we want it to be our favorite thing. And that's my favorite thing. So this video, it gets 4.5 to 5 creek tits. Watch the video.
That's pretty awesome. I feel bad now because we use gears, for Gear Report. And I'm like, that's so boring.
That's okay. That's why we're here. We're here to entertain.
Good. Well, you're doing a good job so far. And so we had another question about the Jeep because we're trying to talk about a grill. So Nicole wants to talk about the Jeep here.
Well, I mean, they're probably just tired of talking about, I don't know, Hyundai. So now they want to talk about that.
Yeah.
It's an Oscar Mike.
It's Oscar Mike.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
So the Oscar Mike was a Freedom Edition they released in 2012. You can only get it in 3 colors, red, white, or blue. So it had Oscar Mike on the move badging and embroidery in the seats and a different kind of leather all-weather seat than some of the other models. But it's not a Ruby or it doesn't have the disconnect sway bars or anything like that. But we are going to add some lockers for it.
Right. Good. So you can put your books in between classes. No, not those kind of lockers, huh? So,
No.
Listen, Calaveras, there is no need to apologize. We like Jeep people talking to each other. That's fine.
We've got a lot of Jeep reviews coming up, so stay tuned.
Yeah. So I was thinking that Mitch might join us. He has a Jeep. He told me what it was. It's not a Wrangler. It's some other special edition of a different type of Jeep, and he's thinking about getting a Wrangler. So we may have to kind of have dueling Jeep reviews. You guys do the Wrangler stuff, and he does whatever kind of Jeep he has. And
we're going to be the only ones naked.
You say that, but if you get if your content gets really good traction, then that's going to kind of set the precedent for if you want to be successful with outdoor gear reviews. You really need to do it sans clothing. So
you're next, DJ.
I'm game.
Yeah, he is really. Yeah, and I'll be honest, no one wants to see dad bod, and COVID has not been kind to me. So,
you kidding? I can't see my feet.
What's that?
I said, are you kidding? I can't see my feet when I look down or anything else.
Right. Okay. So what? So we covered the griddle. I do encourage everyone to go watch the video. It is a little different presentation that I found to be really engaging. Funny, but it there's enough product review scattered throughout to keep you interested from a product standpoint. But you get to find out who they are, get some real personality in it as well. So I like how you did it. But anyhow, what is that? Pretty much everyone. Yeah, everyone's a Jeep fan. Good. So we're gonna have a lot of people looking for that content, I think. So we're gonna circle back when we get to the later portion to talk about what you guys have upcoming. So let me see. I need to stop the screen on that one, and then we'll switch over to. Let me close that, and we'll go to. You know what, we're going to save that one. I was going to go to the plate carrier that Trey had, but he's not here yet. Let's see. TJ is here, so bear with me. I am an amateur at controlling things on this side. So Magpul, that's what we're looking for. All right. Is it up, TJ?
It is up. It's moving. I see it.
All right. I'm happy to see you got the pool set up.
Oh, I'm so excited. I was jumping off the roof the other day.
Yeah. Jen told me. She said,
the duck.
Did you see that? Oh, my God. Is that TJ's going to jump off the roof. He's going to break his neck. What is he doing? He is such a bad example. I said,
I am. The duck didn't make it. The ducker's no more.
I said, yep,
couldn't handle the weight.
So, yep, you understand TJ when she said, he's not a good role model. I said, well.
I never said I was.
All right. Yeah. So did the duck die on that jump?
It did.
Oh. Murderer.
Partially deflated. So I'm getting another one now.
No. Okay.
It doesn't look like it would survive a roof jump.
Now I get a donut that I jump off the roof onto.
Excellent. Okay, so the Magpul bipod. What do you want to tell us about that?
I enjoyed it. It functioned well. I've got two of them now. I got one on that that's getting Cerakoted right now, and then I've got another one on the another AR I'm building. It did great. It looks good. Doesn't rattle around.
Does it
check it out.
Directions?
Yep.
So it'll do. All right, let me see if we can see the camera here. Where is it? There. It'll do this way and also this way.
Yeah, a little bit. It's it's like 30-something degrees or something like that way.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, that locking nut underneath. Once you have the legs down, if you have stuff, it's hard to like lock it down. So that was the only bad thing about it. Other than that, it was great.
I don't know what's going on here. I feel it's like there's a mutiny going on. G23, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
If I could figure out all the buttons and how to do the screen stuff, I would challenge. We would do it. Jeff would probably hand it over.
I've tried to before. You wouldn't take it.
I can't see all the buttons that you see, or little tabs.
Yep. As I recall, that was the show when I was, I don't want to say it. It's bad enough that I was imbibing during the show, but that I couldn't figure out which buttons to push was that just added insult to injury, I think. I really, yeah, that's a good point. It was my idea, and I was just explaining why, and it was the responsible thing to do at that point. But, all right, so we need to move to another screen. Which one do we want to look at now? I tried to stall and give Mitch time to get here so we could talk about one of his. And it looks, I'm going to assume Jethro is not going to join us. So let's look at his. Jethro is not really the angry, ragey person that you appear to see.
That's what I first thought. I was like, he must hate this product.
He must hate it.
I think he actually liked it quite a bit. And I just went through frame by frame through the video until I found something that looked funny and used that as a screenshot. But But what's interesting here, couple things, and the reason he's not here is he's several time zones ahead, somewhere in the UK. I'm not even sure where, but he talks funny, which is kind of entertaining to me. So I really wanted him to be here, but after I sent the invitation today, I had to send a note to him and Joe, because Joe is in. He's also British, but he's in Greece, and said, "Hey guys, You're always invited. It's an open invitation. If you're ever up at this time, like 4 a.m. or whatever time it is for them, you're welcome to join us. But we're not expecting you to show up every time." So this is similar to the griddle, where we've got a little bit of written. He actually dug in and did a full blown written review here, but it came out of this embedded video that you see here. And that's actually how I found him. Is I reviewed, I think I did, me and Pickle both, Chris Gherkin and I both had the Una, the original Una, for a while. This is the Gen 3. So the very first one, I actually had one of the prototypes before it came out. And they used a lot of the feedback that I gave them in the Gen 2. And then I never actually got my hands on that one. So then they got some more feedback and incorporated that in the Gen 3. And Jethro seemed to be rather fond of it. I encourage you to go watch his video. Again, different style than what we typically do here. He walks around the woods with his camera, just having a conversation with you. And it's really neat. So I like that format. So I reached out to him and said, "Hey, why don't we work together and use some of your stuff on Gear Report?" And he said, "Yeah, let's give it a try." So and I see some edits I need to make in there, where we have product name needs to be replaced with the name of the product. So I will take credit for doing a really piss poor job of editing on this.
So at least you take credit.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? So
we're going to blame you anyways.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know the Tencel, though, what's cool about the Tencel is you can see it's kind of like a hammock, but it pulls out 3 different directions, and you pull it tight. It doesn't hang. It's almost like it's like a platform. They call it a tree tent because it has a flattish floor, but you put it, several feet up off the ground. It's different. It's really neat. People seem to either love them or hate them.
Jeff, what's that weighted for?
We're both over here like, I wonder how many pounds that will hold.
Okay, let's go back to
you don't have to answer.
The boy.
Ooh, 264 pounds.
Well, I'm only about 40 pounds over that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a one-person tent.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. So if you're into that kind of, if you're into camping, you want to try something different. Jacob, seriously, man, it is a rough crowd here.
Man, what did you do to make him hate you? We're new to this, and I didn't think you'd get this kind of hate, boss.
Yeah, I bring it on myself. What can I say? Couple hammocks might work well for overlanding. So, all right, since we keep coming back to overlanding, let me ask a question, especially, and let me get this out of the way because it's covering up. We got real peoples here, and we can't see them. So let's see. We'll get that out of the way. For overlanding, when I started to build an overlanding rig a year and a half ago or so, to pull behind the Humvee, I got one of the M1102 trailers. It's a Humvee trailer, and started working on designing a platform, like a framework to go in it, to extend a foot or 3 up above the top of the trailer walls to put a rooftop tent on. And I saw someone, I'm blanking. Oh, it was Sasha out in Denver. He put a rooftop tent on his Humvee. And I was like, I'm torn on the rooftop tent. I'm curious, have you guys thought about putting one on the Jeep? What are your thoughts on that?
Here's he would love to have a rooftop tent. The downfall is that I have the best top soft top, the Glide soft top on that right now. We have a hard top for the Jeep, but we removed it for the summer. So during the summer, a rooftop tent's not going to work. So I mean, I'm hell bent about keeping a soft top on it. Yeah. So now
you have to put to put like a safari rack on it or something, like a frame mounted to like a rack up top.
Yeah, the rack is as much, if not more, than the rooftop tent will cost.
Wow.
So you know, when you're talking about, you know, logistically, it's like, well, do we do that so that I can keep it? Even if we do that, I don't think the soft top will go all the way back. I think I can only convert the top part
because her top comes this way as it converts. So even if you put that rack, it's going to hit.
We can't take it all the way back.
The route we're going to go for this first year, is we're going to do a 2x6 frame in the back so that she'll have storage under the frame. So have about 4 inches of storage under the frame. And we're going to use a 4-inch memory foam mattress. We actually just tried a 2-inch in this last camping trip. We put a 2-inch back there. We realized I'm such a fat ass that 2 inches is not enough. I bottomed out that thing quick. So we're going to go with 4 for the next trip. And we just cut it to fit.
Worked really well.
Yeah, it really did.
Worked well. Yeah. It's just not thick
There was plenty of room to sleep back there, even for me and her. So we're going to build that platform. We'll put our bed there, roll it up, put our supplies in. When we stop for the night to camp, roll our mattress back out and just sleep in the Jeep. Because that way, if we go on some crazy trails, we don't have to worry about getting an articulating hitch or anything like that for a trailer. And for right now, she can leave her soft top on because since she's had that thing, the doors and the tops have came off more than anything else on that Jeep. I mean, she's always naked. So
yeah, I had a soft top. I had a Samurai, which I swear the Suzuki Samurai is maybe the favorite vehicle I have ever owned.
We had that conversation today.
Yeah, and people used to call him the Flipper Eye. I tried to flip it, and I couldn't do it. Which is funny because I tipped a Jeep over a year or two later at like when I wasn't even trying to. So that's why I don't wheel anymore, is I'm not smart enough.
Well, we met a Jeeper, and that's what he said. He has a 4-door, and he said that he had an old Samurai, and that's what he uses to rock crawl.
Yeah. But anyhow, I completely derailed myself. I was talking about something. So my concern in building the overlanding setup for the Humvee, because it's already got the articulating hitch, so that isn't a big deal. But what I don't like about the rooftop tent idea on the vehicle itself is if you're out wheeling, or even what if you have a medical issue? All right, I got someone who's got to get medical attention, and I got to frantically try to get that damn tent put away so I can drive? No, I want to be able to pull a pin, disconnect, and jet.
Well, there are some now that take 1 minute and 30 seconds to put up and down, 90 seconds. They're about $4,000. They're about $4,000.
Like a clamshell.
And they're hard shell. Real quick, he did mention, I saw a comment come across that said 2x6 is seem heavy, aluminum will be stronger and lighter. Yes, but we are poor, so 2x6s are in the budget. So thank you for noticing, but this time we're going to go with wood. Maybe next year in the new economy we'll aluminum.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, cool. So and this all came about from talking about a couple's hammock might work well for overlanding. You know, I'm a huge fan of hammocks anyway. I had years where I had some really bad sciatica, I had a herniated disc, and it was miserable. And the thing that really turned it around for me wasn't any kind of therapy or injections or anything. It was sleeping in a hammock. Yeah. It just took the pain away, and it was awesome. And that kind of got me into it. But now if I camp, if I actually have to take a tent, and I've got some tents, I have some awesome tents because I backpack, and some places, you know, they won't let you use a hammock, but I hate it. You know, I absolutely want to get in that hammock whenever I can. The idea of a couple's hammock is troubling for me, though. But let's go back to, So G23 is reminding us we should talk to Pickle about hammocks. We got two Pickles here. Calaveras that keeps chiming in He's the tactical pickle, right?
I see that.
The other pickle is Chris Gherkin, who is one of our camping writers, and he actually has a show on Thursday night. Him and they do hammock chat with Pickle and Mike or something like that, and they have a really robust following. Like people really dig it, but yeah, I always find it funny when people say, "Oh, you should talk to Pickle about hammocks," because I've been doing camping hammocks 3 times as long as him, but everyone calls him the hammock expert. I'm like, seriously, people? Get no respect around here, I swear.
Have you heard of a company called Republic of Durable Goods?
A little bit, yeah.
So we have those hammocks. I backed the Kickstarter when they first came out with their pop-up hammocks. Now they're about 1.5 years to 2 years old, and we use them, and they're phenomenal. But I don't know if doing a review on something that's that old would be useful.
But they're sold out. I mean,
you can't even buy them because they stay sold out. They are pop-up hammocks, and that's what we started camping in, are those hammocks. So even me at 300 pounds, I've been sleeping in that thing, and they are phenomenal.
Is that they do take up quite a bit of space. They're hammocks in a bag, like the chair in a bag that folds up into a little frame. But it's a hammock, and they're amazing because it has the undercover, the top cover, a pillow, all this stuff attaches, and it has.
You're looking now, aren't you, Jeff?
You can tell, huh? You saw the smoke.
Yeah, he's looking at it online. I see him. He's
like something, and I don't think it's us.
They even have mosquito nets for them. It's phenomenal.
They have a tent cover for it.
I have nothing but good things to say about that Kickstarter.
It's an amazing product.
That frame hammock, because you mentioned the brand, and I was like, it sounds familiar. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this.
I wonder if Pickle knows about those, Jeff. Huh? Ask him. I bet you beat him to it.
Maybe. I don't know.
They're probably too heavy for Pickle.
I'm going to call it hammock-like. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Super comfortable.
Oh.
Held up for 2 years.
Yeah, the first couple times we went camping, that's what we took. And the only reason we're considering doing something different with the sleep situation is just because we want to be able to cut down on what we carry.
Right. Yeah, I got you. Cool. Yeah, we'll definitely. If you want to do a review on these, is this the model that you have? One of these?
We have the orange.
Yeah, we have the orange one. We don't have the big chill tent, but we do have the orange one with the top quilt, the bottom quilt, the pillows. So yeah, we could definitely do a review on one. Mine looks a little better than hers because she left hers outside for an entire year.
Yours literally came out of the box just this
year. We can review mine because it looks semi-new.
Cool. Yeah, well, we'll look forward to that. That sounds interesting. Okay, so all right, what do we got here? I need to go look through see who's harassing me in the comments now.
Everybody's harassing you in the comments.
So, okay, but this is a real thing. He's saying, no, I meant 2 hammocks, not a single hammock for 2
We've been there, man. We've been there.
Within the hammock community, this is something that people have pushed for. And I've seen all kinds of different creative approaches for how to get a couple's hammock, because going camping with your significant other in separate hammocks ain't the same. And we
wake up all night, like looking over to make sure the other one's still there, make sure that we're okay. So you don't sleep very soundly because you're constantly looking for that other person to make sure all is well.
I would sleep fantastic. Is she 100 yards away? Perfect.
I actually like this one.
Yeah, be nice.
I like mine too.
Oh,
TJ.
Pickles talked about them in like episode number 8, I believe. All right. Damn. Wow.
Oh, number 8. That's back in the day.
That was like months ago.
And how does this person remember what episode?
Yeah, how do you know that?
I don't want to say anything. We got a turn here. I'm not going to say anything there. So we should probably, let's see. We should probably get back to to the agenda here. Let me see. There we go. Because I don't want to say anything. I'll get in trouble. But yeah. So anyhow, we never finished the our regular agenda items here. Get rid of that.
I'll just go on track with a quickness.
All right. So
Jeff
Trey
lost track of where
Trey
we
did
were.
not make it. I'm thinking that Trey. He said he had like a tornado or something came through yesterday, and his podcast like they didn't have power, so he couldn't do his regular show for Tuesday night. So he was going to do it today, and I just sent him a note, said, "Dude, that's a bold move going up against This Week at Gear Report, like head to head, man. Very bold, you know." And he's like, "Oh no, I'll change it," because he's supposed to be on the show here with us. And since he's not
There were
here,
no viewers and nothing.
yeah, I'm wondering if he's doing his show tonight anyway. I don't know. He would do that. He's a shady little bastard.
I hope you don't talk about us like that when we're not here, Jeff, from now on.
Well, you know, hope in one hand, crap in the other. See which fills up first, right?
I do want to say thank you for the opportunity. We're excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad you guys made it. Let's see, and we're probably going over our time here. We had a big powwow a couple weeks ago after the show. Everyone stuck around and we chatted and we talked about, you know what, we're going to shorten it. No more rambling. No more Jeff going off the rails. We're going to stay focused. We're going to get through the agenda and then look at what I did. So without getting too deep into this, I'll say plate carriers are the type of thing that I think nobody ever wants to think about needing one, but the way crazy shit is happening around the country now, if you don't have one, it's probably something you might want to think about grabbing and stashing in the car. I mean, I have one that I travel with. That's it's a travel plate carrier. It's got its own little carry bag, and you rip it open and slap it over. It's got two little buckles where it quick connects. It's pretty cool, I think. But anyhow, he's got not only the plate carrier review and a very highly produced and awesome video, but he goes in to a metric shit ton of accessories to go with it. So absolutely go check it out. See what he has to say about all of it. Watch the video. Trey is, you know, I didn't get this until we were hanging at SHOT Show, which we do every year. But there were some, you know, kind of big name special ops, you know, former special ops guys at the big Glock range day as we're leaving. And I'm talking to one of them, which is funny that I stopped to talk to a guy, Shane, and Ron, that, I'm blanking on what company Ron runs, but they make a funky grip that goes on different, like a forward grip on the side of a AR or a shotgun. And when I walk up, Shane is immediately like motioning for the girl that was with them to stand up, and she, you know, comes over and starts talking. And eventually I realize Shane assumed I was there to talk to her, that I was getting all fanboy. And it was, her name is Jade Struck. And I had seen videos of her like training Keanu Reeves for the John Wick movies. Yeah, thank you. But I didn't realize that's who it was. We'd been talking for 5 minutes, you know, before I realized, I should know who she is. But I called Trey over because he was watching from across the parking lot, and I could see the drool from across the parking lot. So I call him over, and him and Ron hit it off, and of course him and Jade. I think Jade may have been on one of his shows now, but they hit it off real well. But Trey and Ron started talking, and I'm like, okay, Ron's this, you know, not completely famous, but very notable, you know, high-end special ops, you know, Secret Squirrel Marine. And him and Trey are talking about all the same people they knew and same bases that they were at. And I'm like, wait a second, You mean Trey's like a certified badass? Who knew?
Thought it was YouTube famous.
He was like some hardcore special forces Marine dude, and he's just so chill. When you're around him, it's like you wouldn't know, but yeah, he's the real deal. So
I'll check that out for sure.
yeah, when you see me wearing a plate carrier like that, don't do it the way I do it, because I was in the Air Force. They didn't train us how to do anything with guns hardly. So, but Trey's the real deal. So definitely go read the review, watch the video, check out all that stuff. You saw he gave it a 4.5. I think he wanted to give it a 5, but that's a rule here at Gear Report. There's no perfect product out there. Nothing has in the 11 years or however long I've been doing this, nothing has gotten a perfect 5. It may happen. Who knows? Hadn't happened yet.
So 4.5 creep kits is as high as we go.
Well, that's up to you.
Well, no, we're learning from the masters. We're brand new. The review you're seeing, guys, that's our very first review. So when I say give us some criticism, let it fly. Because if it's a fat joke, I've heard it. So let it fly. We're not soft. So tell me what you think of our review. If you like that style, because our train of thought is if we can't have fun, why the hell are we doing it? So, that's what we're going to try to bring to it, is a little bit of fun.
Cool. People picking on Trey being small. He's short. He really is. Too short? I don't know. I think
we're giants, though.
That's true. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to be 7 feet tall when I met you. I was not.
Yeah, not quite 7 feet tall, but yeah, I'm deceptive. I'm wiry. All right.
It's the hair.
That's what it is.
All right.
Makes you look taller.
Yeah, the hair. You said that in a singular sense. I get what you're saying. Pick on my thinning hair. Okay, we've done that one. I think the Zero shoes, man, I'm telling you, folks, I am so far off the rails again. We're going to Zero Shoes Oswego review. These are pretty cool. I've got a pair. I don't remember what the model is, but like a predecessor to these. They're some very lightweight, thin-soled trail shoes, like crazy light. I think these were like 6.5 ounces per shoe. I have to scroll down. Did I put 6.8 ounces for a size 9? So that's incredibly light. The thing with Zero shoes is they are all about being very thin. The kind of like I'm blanking on the brand now. Ultra, ALTRA, is another brand that's similar in that the foot box, the toe area is much wider, so your feet can kind of spread out naturally instead of the kind of coming to a point like your classic tennis shoes or running shoes or whatever. So these are meant to be more comfortable in that regard, but then they have very little padding and very thin soles, so you feel the ground more. And I believe their zero drop is why they call them Zero shoes. So they don't have that, the heel isn't elevated like in typical, running shoes. So that's the deal with Zero shoes. And they have, we saw a much different looking pair. What was it? Melbourne, I think, that Mitch reviewed last week, that like the vegan leather boots.
The fancy ones.
They were fancy. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever have a pair of those, but these look pretty cool. So check those out if this kind of thing interests you. Oh, there they are, the Melbourne. Yeah, not my thing, but some people like them. And this is what I have, the TerraFlex. That's what it is. Yeah. Chris actually reviewed that pair, but I just did an addendum on that. So that's how I get efficient as the publisher and head editor, is when someone else reviews something. If I also have the product, instead of writing a separate review, sometimes I'll just kind of chime in on theirs, put a little editor's note and add a paragraph. And I'm like, yep, okay, I'm done. If they covered everything else. So that's good. That is the Zero shoes Oswego. And I have Zero shoes. I have the Colorados, which are some sandals. That's actually what I wore to the event. We didn't talk about that at all.
We didn't.
event this past weekend. How did we miss that? But I wore those the whole time, out on my feet for hours walking around, and they were actually pretty awesome for the little sandals. I think I'm going to post Joe. This was Joe Rickliffs that wrote this one. Joe Bennett, who is the sailing guy in Greece, has a pair of the Zero Shoes Colorados that he uses. He's a sailing instructor at a Greek sailing resort, and he wears the Zero Shoes Colorados out on the boats and everything all day, every day. So I think I'm going to post his review, and then I'll do one later because I got them for sailing too. So as I get to use them more for that, I'll post a review of that as well. Big fan of Zero Shoes. While I'm getting the next one up on the screen, Kim, Jeremy, both of you, whatever, why don't you give the 2-minute synopsis of how the event went this past weekend?
This is Loki, by the way. This is our big boy Loki. So while she's getting loving, this weekend we put on a Back the Blue Ride 2020 because we just wanted to show some support. We work with law enforcement every week. My wife's a personal trainer, so she sees them in the gym. They look downtrodden. They look tired. They're overworked right now. They're all on overtime covering extra shifts, and the world seems to be kind of turning their backs on them. So we just thought we wanted to do something to uplift them and show them that silent majority of us out there, we just love what they do. We respect what they do. And, we wanted to do something nice for them. So we put on a Back the Blue Ride 2020. It was a large convoy. It was about 12 miles long. And then we decided, since we started getting all this feedback that people were coming from very far away, we were like, you know what, why not make it a big car show? So we decided to put on an after party. And so I'll let Kim talk and tell you some of the details of what we actually accomplished with the event.
So the convoy ended up being well over 800 cars. We estimate closer to 1,000 vehicles with motorcycles, Jeeps, Humvees, National Guard, sports cars, just a large mix of vehicles. We, like I said, almost 1,000 vehicles. The convoy ended up being 5 miles long, and we raised a little over $25,000. And we raised that money to be donated to our local Caldwell County DARE, as well as NC COPS. NC COPS helps to provide resources to family members and other agencies that have had an officer to fall during the line of duty. I'm struggling this evening, sorry. And so now a little over $12,000 is going to be donated to both of those charities. And we pulled this off in a matter of like 7 weeks.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing hearing some of the initial, hey, we're thinking about doing this. What do you think? Because, Jeremy, it seemed, you said 7 weeks. That would have been like 2 months, less than 2 months ago when you called me and were like, hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah, we decided to do this on July 9th. A conversation in the kitchen, it was an idea. And the reason we wanted it so big was because someone had organized a little ride here in the local town on July 4th. And about 30 Jeeps showed up. It was just our Jeep club that we're in. And I think they raised about $500. And so when they got to the sheriff's department to hand the money to the sheriff, someone asked, is the news not here to take a picture of this or anything, the local news? And he said, no, I reached out to them and they said it was too controversial to cover right now because this is right when the protests were really getting hard and heavy.
Right.
So that's what actually inspired us to do this. We were so mad that the news wouldn't cover some citizens raising money for our law enforcement that we thought we want to make one so big that they have to pay attention. And that's actually what happened. We've got 4 news groups that had to report on this now. We've got companies that came in and did aerial footage because it was so large. And now we're getting, of course, tons of backlash for the traffic and just all the negative things that you could ever think that would come from this.
Plenty of nasty.
But that didn't stop us because today, I was going to tell you, Jeff, I hadn't told you yet. Today, we booked the Caldwell County Fairgrounds for next year at the same time.
Right.
So that's going to hold many more cars. It's going to be able to hold vendors and booths. So local companies or just companies from wherever will be able to come in and sell merchandise, and we'll be able to run this thing a lot longer. We talked to one of the biggest bands in our area that constantly plays at Sturgis. I'm not saying their name yet because they're going to let us know if they're going to be able to do it. But it's going to be a huge band that's going to bring in a lot of people. And one thing we did this year, and I'll go ahead and tell you, we banned political flags this year. We just wanted American flags or thin blue line flags because we wanted it to be acceptable for anyone to come. Well, from the backlash that we're catching online and the fact that no one really from the other side came to talk or enjoy the event next
just
year,
to show their support, or even to protest. If you want to protest,
they didn't.
then come on.
So next year, all flags are allowed. You bring your car and you fly whatever makes you happy. We'll take it.
Right.
Come bring some money for a good cause.
Right. Yeah. So having been at the event, all right, let me get back to, there we go. Having been at the event.
He's a pity Mick.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can see the Tact-a-Pup collar here for training. That's it's in multicam black.
Nice.
He can't be in the floor by himself. He has to be on mom.
Yeah. Just
he's tiny.
All right. So yeah, it was a really neat event. You know what I really, the thing that really struck me about some of the aggressive, abrasive comments that came after was that there at the event, I saw nothing but smiles the entire time. Everyone was happy. It's like everyone who didn't go is pissed off. Yeah. Everyone who was there was thrilled and happy to be there. And, you know, it really just makes me say, you know what, screw all those people. They just want to be angry about stuff. Right. So, you know what, they're going to be angry whether we care or not.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can't make everybody happy. We attempted to try to be inclusive and try to have bring some unity to the groups, and all it did was blow up in our face. So now we're just like, you know what, screw you, we'll do us, you do you, and we'll move on.
Yeah. So, and with that, thanks for the update there. We'll wrap up the last of the, because we got way off the agenda here. and I delayed in case Mitch showed up to talk about the Buck Knife Skinner. So this is one of our quick reviews again. So, the quick reviews for Jeremy and Kim who are new here. This is the all business, no fluff, straight to the point. You know, what do you need to know to make to decide if you want to buy that or not? So that's what's in here. It's pretty straightforward. 3 out of 5 is kind of a lukewarm, maybe a little better than lukewarm. So if you're looking for a good skinning knife, maybe check out the review, see if what Mitch says would dissuade you or not. All right, so we'll stop screen sharing, come back here, and now we'll transition to the what's upcoming. And I'm going to talk real quick about something that I'm embarrassed to say that I carry these ISO Pro. I don't know if they say ISO Pro or ISO Pro. I carry these with me all the time. TJ's seen them a few times because when I go to Florida and we go out and about, I will often pull these out of my pocket if I need to make a phone call while we're in the car. Bluetooth headset, the ISO Pro. I think that the idea with ISO is they're really big on sound isolation, so you can use them in a noisy environment. I know some of their promotional material shows them using them in like a wood shop with the saws and things running in the background. So this is something that's coming up soon for review. These are the wired, obviously, set, and I absolutely love them. I've been carrying them in my pocket most of the time for several months because they work so well. As my Bluetooth headset for my phone, because the earpiece doesn't work for shit. And one of my daughters is reviewing a set. These are wired. She's reviewing a set of the wireless. I say they're wired Bluetooth, meaning they have a wire between them holding them together. You don't plug it into anything in order for them to work. But she's got a set that are, just the independent ones, kind of like the the Apple version that go in the ears. She's working on that review, and we'll have those up here pretty soon. So, Kim, do you want to talk about what you have coming up that hopefully was waiting for you when you got home from the event?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, they are actually, I do apologize because this last week has been just a little nuts. They are still sitting in a box.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, so I do have some headlights that I can't wait to try out for the Jeep. Yeah.
I'm trying
to find.
I'm trying to find the.
We hope to work on that by. It's possible we may be able to get to that this weekend. Now that we've got a little time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't saying
we can do it ourselves. We're not mechanically inclined.
Yeah.
What you're going to learn about our reviews is that
We're not.
last thing I built was in the Boy Scouts, and it was a sideways birdhouse.
Yeah.
So I'm the guy that's like, we should probably pay somebody that knows what they're doing to do that.
But the cool thing is I'm always fussing at him like, no, it can't be that hard. We can do this. So
and I don't know if you've seen it yet, but you're probably going to, Jeff. I tagged you. We actually posted our second review today.
Yeah.
It's a camping item for alcoholics. And I think that you're going to like it. I don't know if you're an alcoholic, but when you're camping, you should be. So that's
Do we need it for camping?
So what?
I'm laughing because TJ was about to sleep. You said alcoholic twice, and each time he perked up a little bit.
Let me in on this conversation.
So, I mean, honestly, it was a great item. I can't wait to see the review. And again, please, because I'm new and you guys are the Yodas of this, give us feedback. If you want me to do it in a Borat bikini, that's fine. Tell me that. And I'll make it happen.
TJ's considering.
Yeah.
I can put a tutu around his neck. That'd be fun.
Bow tie.
And I thought I went off the rails easily. Man. But to be honest, I've got a video on LED headlights. It's the same type of headlights as what you guys have got to put in the Jeep that I adapted to work in a Humvee. And I go into some technical detail because that's who I am.
Yeah.
And for people who aren't like that, as soon as I start talking about that technical stuff, their eyes glaze over and they click the back button and, okay, let me find another one. So, I'm going to cover that part of the audience. You guys are going to cover the other part of the audience that isn't into that technical stuff. And together, we're going to make everyone happy.
Nice.
Yeah. I swear, it's like all Perkins shows up for is to hassle me.
Tonight's your night, man. Tonight's your night.
Yeah. So Jacob has, speaking of things that are coming, Jacob has a review that I'm thinking, when did I schedule that? I think it's going to post tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, or the day after. I don't remember. Anyhow, it's coming up to sometime in the next day or so. It's going to post for the SOG knives. It's called the Seal XR. It is a real beefy, kind of heavy-duty folding knife. Really, really cool little knife. Tomorrow evening. Okay, so he harasses me, but he pays attention. So,
He listens.
You take
the fall to sleep like TJ. Sorry, TJ.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Is there anyone on Gear Report that does welding and whatnot? We have tons of whatnot. We have a little bit of welding. I own a welder, and I have some steel, and I have welding rods. I got the cool mask. How come I haven't worn that any place that requires a mask?
Right.
Oh,
Dude, missed opportunity.
Just
So
like
this, do you know how to weld?
well, I own a welder.
I was gonna say you're going off all this stuff that you have, but I've yet to hear you say, "Oh, I can weld."
So I can review these. They are $6.99 on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
This is the most comfortable mask you will ever wear. You
Yeah.
can drink your beer. You can breathe.
Yeah.
Jingle when you walk.
It looks just as effective as any other mask that people
Right.
wear.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Right.
It's like putting up a chain link fence for mosquitoes.
It is. Yeah. So, and that would be an appropriate product for a quick review. Because, do you really want to spend an hour writing a full review? No. But 6 minutes to write a couple things for a quick review and post a picture or two? Yeah, that could work. Yeah. So, but I was getting off track here. So his is going to post tomorrow. That means, Jacob, you need to be here. Not here. You don't need to be in Gear Report headquarters. You're welcome to if you want. Jacob lives across town from me, but you need to be on the show so you are prepared to talk about your review. And this will be a first if we get him in here, because he's gradually eased his way into doing a little bit of writing. He does really good writing. We'll see if we can persuade him to be on the show to talk about the review next week. All right. Interesting. Want to get into blacksmithing? I know someone who does blacksmithing. Random bit of trivia. So I have not convinced him to do anything on Gear Report yet, but yeah, who knows? You never know what could happen. If there is interest out there, I will find someone who can do content for it.
Father-in-law makes knives.
Oh,
so who's building the killdozer out there now? Who wants to know?
He makes nice knives.
Father-in-law?
Her dad.
Oh,
He
yeah.
actually taught me to build mine. I built one for my dad for his Father's Day.
Very cool.
Yeah, he's got his own forge.
Nice.
So,
All right. All kind of cool stuff here. So let's see. What else is there to talk about in the upcoming? I think that's what we're gonna stop at that for now. I think. You know what? I'm gonna tease a couple things here because I'm reaching down off camera because it's like 85, 90 degrees here, but I got stuff coming in. So my sexy socks here. Check it out. They're upside down, but here you see little cords hanging off. There are batteries in the little pouch here. These are heated socks, so that we're getting close to hunting season. And I was talking to Caleb, our hunting editor, who lives in the sticks and doesn't have internet that will support joining a show like this. But he's got a bunch of hunting content coming because we're getting into hunting season. I am the biggest wuss you'll ever meet when it comes to being cold. So I've got my heated socks. I've got a new heated vest here that it's got actually the battery pack's not in it. It's down there, but it's got the little buttons here for turning it on and turning the heat up. That's the only button you need. This one
the heat up.
down. Like, no. Rookie numbers, man. We want it hotter. Yeah. So that's some stuff that's coming. So if you're like me and you don't like to be cold, we got some of that stuff coming. All right. Let's see. Wow.
Damn
The snob is being cold and hard.
Yeah. Give him a little bit though. Let them wear it a couple times. I bet they will.
Oh yeah. Oh, they'll be. Yeah. No, I wear Crocs and sandals for a reason. Yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm only semi-hobo today.
What's that?
I'm only semi-hobo looking today.
Yeah.
I shaved actually a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I shaved yesterday. I said that's good enough.
That's good enough.
All right. So thanks everyone for bearing with us through. Once again, the new half hour format. It probably would work if I were worth the shit as a host. But, we're 59 minutes now, so
Dropped the ball today.
Well,
See, I thought it was supposed to be an hour, so I thought we were doing great.
Yeah, you get what you pay for, right? Except for our buddy, the gun-loving grandpa, Buck Stanley, the gun-loving grandpa is he is a patron of Gear Reports. He's something usually when the Tactical Leprechaun is with us, when Clover Tack is with us, he will mention, oh yeah, don't forget, Gear Report has a Patreon page. Like I forget sometimes, but Buck is one of our patrons, so he helps make sure that we get a little something to help keep putting out good content. So for everyone else, when I say you get what you pay for, it means, hey, you didn't pay anything, so what do you expect? For Buck, I can say is, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, sorry, we went along, man.
Yeah.
We're excited, guys. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, and we're excited to have you here, especially since you followed up with the naked camping will have strategically placed things covering. I was getting a little like,
I'm gonna need those socks, by the way.
Yeah, we can show you those socks, Jeff.
Yeah. I don't even want to know what you do with those socks. You people are crazy. All right. I meant that in the best way possible, actually. And with that, I think we probably need to go ahead and wrap things up. So thanks. We have squandered yet another hour of people's time. Thank you for sticking with us, for the folks that did. TJ and the Down South crew, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Until next time.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you at the race.